reasons why you've got ideas flowing is not just because your father is John Franco, but it's
Mhm.
because you're a passionate baseball fan. You watch a
Yeah,
lot of baseball.
of
And I
course.
actually saw you did a video a couple months ago on a recommendation for people who want to get started making MLB
Yeah,
content. You are like a religious MLB fan. So you put
yeah,
in a spot that baseball content ideas are going to flow easily for you.
yeah. I think like if I told myself last year, because I think like of course like I've always been like a huge baseball fan, but this was the year that I had to devote a lot more time to watching baseball. I mean, I've always been a very like consistent fan. I watch a lot of games with my dad, whether it's on TV, in person, but starting this year, I think the 2025 season was kind of the time where this kind of took off for me and where it became more of a thing in my life, and I started having to post a lot and lot more because I started gaining the following. So when you gain the following, you kind of have to deliver. So I had to spend a lot more time watching baseball this year. I watched all 162 Mets games, and I had to because it was like I need it for content. I need it for things to talk about. I need to be well informed. So I did have to devote a lot more time. Um, but I always again, like I did the best that I could to like multitask that with school. And thankfully a lot of like the baseball season was during summer when I like was not taking classes. So that was I guess like an easier time. But especially like during finals and like last year, like when the season was first starting, um it does get a little hard, but I always just try to keep school first. And then if anything, like I go back and like watch like highlights later or something. But I always try to like keep a balance and stuff, so it's not like overwhelming or anything.
And I think people appreciate that. I think if
Yeah,
people, it's not just when you say, "Oh, I've watched every Mets game," but people know because,
yeah,
like, especially with Mets fans, but any sports team, you know,
yeah.
they're passionate fans know who's paying attention, know who's not,
Hmm.
and I think just the way people talk about things can indicate like how invested.
Totally.
I think people really appreciate that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's funny because I think this year too has been like a year where my dad and I have grown a lot closer too, because even like when we don't go to games in person, like in the summer especially, we were watching a lot of games together at home, and he's taught me like everything I know, like everything I know about the team, about the sport, like I is through him. And it's always funny to me because I'll get sometimes people being like, you know, you're always gonna get like that one person that like wants to hate and make comments and be like, oh, like you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, I have a primary source at home. Like this is from him. Like who are you to say that? Because like he's the one who actually spent 20 years doing this, and like I'm just relaying that information that like he's given me. Everything he's taught me is me relaying that to you guys. So like actually I do know what I'm talking about.
You learn through osmosis.
Yeah.
How do you manage that hate? Like when you see that, how are you able to brush it off? Especially because you're a woman in a
Hmm.
primarily male dominant media space.
Yeah. I think when I was younger, like back when I like didn't do social media at all, like I think seeing a lot of hate towards women in sports was something that was like a little bit discouraging. And I know that is still the case for a lot of girls that are like really into sports, because not only do you have the fans who are like, oh, like you don't really know what you're talking about, or you'll do the thing like, oh, like name five players kind of thing. Like I think it's discouraging because it makes I think girls sometimes feel like they don't belong as a fan, but also like don't belong in like in it as a career. And there's still a lot of like internal like misogyny too, I think, in people who actually work in sports too, like from their own coworkers. So it's definitely I think a hard world to like balance all of that out. But at the same time, it's like for me, I think myself, like I understand what it's like to feel like discouraged by that because I was once in that position. For me, I really think this year doing that, like obviously you get that hate as a woman, but for me, the best like way that I was able to overcome that was to just not care. As hard as it is, like you just have to ignore it and you have to just not care. And you have to be yourself because like no one else can like take that from you. And like if you're interested in something, like this is like what you're gonna do. Like I had to tell myself, like, don't care what these people are thinking, don't care what people are gonna say about you. Like if this is what you like and what you enjoy and what you love, like go out there and do it, and don't worry about judgment, because at the end of the day it's really just like what matters to you and how it feels to you. If it makes you happy, just do it. And ignore the people that want to hate on you, because at the end of the day, they're the ones taking their time out of their day to make a mean comment. And like to me, that's like weird. If you're gonna go out and make a mean comment about someone, like I would never take the time out of my day to do that. So I don't really understand what that's like, but
Well,
yeah.
not only are they like you're making content, you're trying, and they are
Yeah,
judging.
exactly. So
How do you not only say, "Oh, I'm not going to care," but actually do that? Because I think there's a difference sometimes,
yeah,
just in general, when you're trying to ignore things or trying to stay present.
hmm,
Like, I know I shouldn't do this, but you still end up
yeah,
subconsciously doing that.
of
How do
course.
you really actually not care?
Yeah, I still find myself at times like if I get something that's like a rude comment, like I do find myself sometimes like I feel it, like it hurts because obviously like I'm a human being, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have feelings. Um, but it's like I don't let that discourage me from continuing. If like I'll let myself feel it, if it makes me feel bad, like I'll let myself feel it. Um, but at the same time, like I tell myself like you just have to move on. Like these people are irrelevant to what you're doing. Like they if they want to come on here, and I get people too like that will come back that don't follow me but like will still come to my page just to say stuff, and I'm like see like you're taking the time out of your day to do something that like is like kind of irrelevant, but
For someone they
like I
don't know, by the way, they don't know you.
yeah, I don't know you. Like saying you're taking the time out of your day. You don't even follow me, but you're taking the time out of your day to come and spread hate. And like to me, I as hard as it is to like kind of have like I would say personally like I don't experience it that much, which I'm very thankful for. And I think part of that does come from the fact that like I do a lot of stuff with my dad. So a lot of people respect him and respect me because of that. But I know there are a lot of other girls that do sports like content that face it a lot more and like on the daily. And I feel for them because I really wish like that wasn't the like world that we live in, but it is. And even the times that I get it, I just have to tell myself like these people are irrelevant. Like don't let it discourage you from what you're doing. Like you like doing this, you love doing this. Like this is a passion you have, and don't let them take that away from you because at the end of the day, they're irrelevant. Like they don't know you. They're through a screen. Like you're the one actually doing something. So I think that's how I kind of manage actually not caring and just keeping like pushing forward.
Yeah, because it can definitely just be hard to actualize that action.